Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So on my last video, my first video, I told you guys that what I will be covering on my channel is some practical, easy to implement, easy to follow, easy to understand tips to deal with symptoms of depression. So I thought that I would start out by first just giving you like a little bit of background on my journey with mental health issues. So this video is going to be about my personal journey with mental health and what it has looked like for me over the years, and also the symptoms that I deal with the most, now. So I would say that I started to deal with mental health issues probably when I was about 18 or 19. I really didn't know what they were at the time, but all I remember is that I was always really tired, really fatigued. I had a job at the time in an office, and on my lunch breaks I would go into one of the empty offices and go to sleep like every day. I needed so much sleep. Even when I would go to hang out with friends, like if we were going to hang out at someone's house, I would like literally climb in my friend's bed and sleep while we were all supposed to be hanging out and having a good time. And the only way that I found out that I was dealing with depression is that one of my closest friends' mom, she had a long history with mental health issues herself, and she was a lot more knowledgeable than I was. And she pulled me to the side, and she noticed my behavior, and she asked me about how I've been feeling, and I just explained to her like everything that I was feeling. And she told me, Ebony, I think that you are actually dealing with depression. And at the time I didn't even know what depression was, but she encouraged me to go talk to a doctor, and I did. And the doctor verified that I was in fact dealing with clinical depression. So since then it's been a long journey of different medications, therapy. I've been to therapy a few times since I received my diagnosis. I've tried multiple medications, stopped, started again, different medications, and I've just had a lot of experience and formulated a lot of tools for myself that I use every day to just help me get through each day while dealing with my symptoms. And so those are the tips that I plan on sharing with you guys. I would say the symptoms that I deal with the most on a day-to-day basis would still be the fatigue. I have a hard time getting out of the bed in the mornings. Really hard time sometimes. That's just like an everyday, all day thing. I just always feel tired. Another big one is lack of interest, lack of motivation. So like the things that I need to do, like work, chores, errands, are often just hard for me to just care about doing, to just want to do, to have any desire, energy, motivation, see the point of it, anything. It's really hard for me to get myself going. But even with things that I really enjoy doing, hanging out with my friends or being involved in my personal interests and my hobbies, things that I love. Like, I love fashion, I love shopping, I love personal style, I love thrifting, I love vintage. And when I'm struggling, with my mental health, I don't even have interest in doing those things, and that's really hard to deal with. Another one of my major symptoms is feelings of overwhelm. That one's like huge for me. Like simple, small things that your average person would find pretty basic and easy to do, I get completely overwhelmed by. I feel paralyzed. I don't know how to start. I don't know the first step to take. I just feel like it's all going to be too much, and I just have huge feelings of overwhelm. So those are 3 of my major symptoms. I know that there are like so many more. I mean, everybody deals with depression differently. I have friends that deal with depression, and in the middle of their depression, they're active, they're in college, they're working 2 or 3 jobs, and I'm just looking at them like, how are you doing that with depression? But it's really important for us not to criticize or judge or question how we all deal with or respond to our mental health issues, and just know that we're all dealing with them in our own ways. So I plan on covering many symptoms of depression, mostly depression and anxiety, and just giving you some really practical, short, easy to follow, easy to understand tips for each one of them. So that's what we'll be going over in my future videos. But before I start telling you what you should do and giving you all kind of tips, I just thought it would be fair for me to be transparent and talk to you about what I deal with and what my history with mental health has been, and just kind of give you my mental health story and background. So I look forward to coming back next week with the very first tip. We'll go one at a time because, like I mentioned, I get overwhelmed very easy. So I plan to keep each video short and one tip at a time so that we can all keep up and we can all follow, and hopefully we can make life easier for us on a day-to-day basis. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment, subscribe. In the comments, I would love to hear what your major or top 3 symptoms for your mental health issues are, whether it be anxiety, depression, if you deal with bipolar, if you're ADHD, if whatever you deal with. If you just want to share with all of us what your major symptoms are, like what you have to deal with the most on a day-to-day basis, I would love to hear. I'm sure that we can probably all relate. I can probably relate to some of yours. So, we can share and see that, you're probably not alone, and we're probably all dealing with a lot of the same things. So, yeah, don't forget to subscribe, comment, come back for the next video so we can get into those tips. And also remember that you can follow me on Instagram at Ebony Brian. That's EBONYBRIANE, Ebony Brian on Instagram. So I'll see you guys next week. Okay.